You probably spend all day on your phone texting everybody under the sun. But why aren't you doing it for your customers? If you're not doing that, you're missing out on some good tips. I'm Brian, Instacart Bulldog, back with more tips for bigger tips and better ratings. Let's hit it. Before I begin this topic, I just want to again send my thoughts and prayers to those that are cleaning up after Hurricane Ida. We here in the Florida Panhandle got to host a lot of evacuees from Mississippi and Louisiana, and a lot of them have headed home to begin a long and arduous cleanup effort. It doesn't matter how well prepared you are for a hurricane, it's the aftermath that can really get you. So what I'm going to ask every one of you, please pray for those people that are going to be dealing with the aftermath of a hurricane. Last year, Hurricane Sally hit Pensacola, and I was ready. I was perfectly prepared for the storm. What I was not ready for was the stress of the aftermath, and that has long-lasting effects. So please be prepared. Please support any relief organizations, reputable relief organizations that you know, and help these people get on the road to recovery, because it's going to be a very, very long time for them. But the good news is there's plenty of relief on the way to Louisiana. I just took a trip out Interstate 10 to head to the market that I'm in right now today, and I've seen a lot of utility trucks. I've seen a lot of supply vehicles. I've seen a lot of things heading west on Interstate 10. So folks, help is on the way. And one more thing before I begin, thank you so much to all the new subscribers to this channel. I've seen a lot more new faces. I've had a lot of great conversations with folks, especially responding to my video about the new rating systems. Thank you very, very much for your comments and for all the information that you provided, as well as the encouragement to keep doing what I'm doing. That really means a lot. So I'm sitting out in front of a Publix just waiting for another order. I just completed a nice batch, $29 for 18 items. That was really encouraging right out of the gate. As soon as I showed up, I landed that one. I just want to show you what I do on a typical shop from beginning to end in how I communicate with customers. And this order had a couple of items that are out of stock. So I'm going to share with you the screenshots of those conversations, how I handled that. And I took a chance, and it looks like it worked well. So the first thing that I do with every order is I check the instructions. That's the little I that's in the upper right corner before you start your batch. And if you want to know why I always check those instructions, watch my confession video. You'll see how I learned the hard way. So I look over here. There's really nothing unusual that I need to look out for, like can you deliver after a certain time, or maybe there's some real nitpicky stuff in there that you need to be aware of. There's nothing there. This is a pretty routine order. So immediately after I tap Start Shopping, I write a greeting. Good morning, Tori. I'm Brian from Instacart, and I'm happy to shop for you. I will be in touch with you about any items that are not available and work with you on finding a suitable replacement. Thank you, and I look forward to serving you. So what I've done a couple of things here. Let's take a look at this. Number one, you'll see the app sends a notification. Tori was notified that you started shopping. Oh, well, the app just notifies them. Okay, maybe it does. But here's a couple things that I do here. And this is what I do is a little different than what some others do. And there's really no right or wrong way here. What I do is I say good morning or afternoon or evening, depending on the time of day. And then I always go for the customer's name. This really personalizes this. This is more than just saying, hi, I'm Brian from Instacart, or sup, yo, this is Brian from Instacart. No, this is really personal. It takes just a couple extra seconds, and you can save this as a custom greeting. So all I have to do when I pull up my custom greeting, I just add in morning, afternoon, evening, and the customer's name. So here we have some cat litter that's out of stock. So what I did was I let the customer know it's not available and then sent her a picture of an option that is available. So here we have some Bounty paper towels that are out of stock. So I message her about the options that are available. Now, since the customer did not respond to any of those messages and I had quickly shopped the order, I went ahead and sent her one final notice to say, hey, I'm ready to check out, but I want to make sure you have all the items that you need. Then I didn't hear anything back, so I followed my own advice, made the phone call. So I left the customer a voicemail. I didn't hear back, so I sent another text. So why did I say, let me know before I complete delivery if that's not okay? Because you are able to refund an item right up to the very moment that you complete delivery, until you swipe that bar that says complete delivery. That's a very important thing to understand, that you are allowed to refund an item up to that point, because things can happen. You can drop a gallon of milk. You can drop a cantaloupe. I've done that part, dropped the cantaloupe. Never dropped milk yet. Knock on whatever's around here, wood. Let's say you did decide to get a replacement that, the customer decided they didn't want. You can refund that. It makes you look good. You can deal with a return later on if that's what you choose to do, and move on with your day. On the rare occasion that I have a completely non-responsive customer, and I find that most customers respond to phone calls, check out my other video, Reach Out and Touch Someone, for more information on that. But in those cases where a customer is completely non-responsive, as was this one, I went ahead and took the chance and not refunding the items as I would typically do, because look at the items that they're missing. Paper towels and cat litter. I'm a cat owner. I can't go without cat litter. So at that point, anything is better than nothing. So I got what was probably the closest match. And the paper towels, I got one. Again, that was the closest match. Fortunately, I got this message from the customer when I pulled into the driveway. So in this case, I took a chance. We'll find out tomorrow morning if I get that thumbs up or thumbs down rating. We'll see. The reason why I wanted to do this topic for you today is because I just talked to a shopper last week who saw me texting the customer in the store, because sometimes us shoppers do talk to each other, and this one saw what I was doing. He said, well, why are you texting the customer about that? The app already notifies them that you've refunded this item. I said, that's because it's the level of service I provide. And that oftentimes will get you those 5-star reviews. And in some cases, will get you a bigger tip. And that shopper just had a blank look on their face. Like, really? We are in the customer service business. It is up to us to provide the best customer service that we are able to provide. Not every time can you get it right. Not every time can you get them something that they need. There's just days where there's going to be no options. But let that customer know before you head to checkout that you've tried everything you can in order to get them what they need. And many times, they will appreciate it. All right, so let's go over some highlights from another order that I received. Now, here's something new that just popped up. And again, I had no idea this was coming, and I had no idea what it was when I first saw it. So I'm going to guess that some of you have seen this already, but I'm going to guess not all of you. And upon first glance of it, it's totally worthless. It is a completely worthless feature that I have absolutely no use for. You know why? Because I already looked at the list before I started shopping. Because what I do is I look at customer A, and then I look at customer B. And I look to see, because I push around one buggy in the store, and I put a couple of baskets underneath the buggy to see whoever's got the smallest order, that's where their order is going to go. So we'll just say order A goes in the main part of the buggy and order B goes underneath or in the seat area. So Instacart wants you to think that this is a good feature. I just think it's worthless. I think it's a complete waste of time. And I wish if they were going to show something like that, let's show it before we accept these orders. Let's see a better view of what's in these orders before we accept them. Because a lot of times I see people accept an order and then they're like, oh crap, there's a whole bunch of water in this. I ain't taking this, and then put it back on the shelf. And then somebody like me comes along and takes the order. So, I mean, it works in my favor because I'm not afraid of heavy lifting. Oh, and in case you're wondering why the phone's wobbling a little bit, yeah, my stand broke, so I have to get a new one. So I hope you found this information useful, and I hope you like this video because that'll help me to get the message out, because YouTube will think there's something important there, and then put it out to other Instacart shoppers who watch other videos, and then that just helps me get the message out, because this is really important to you, to communicate with your customer. And I'll give you an example. One of my customers today, who fortunately was very responsive, she said that she was going to give me a 5-star review. So I look forward to seeing that in the morning, or maybe it's just a rating, whatever. She's going to give me something, and in the 5 stars. She was very happy when I showed up. So that was really, really good. It's just a good way to express your personality. And again, you're developing that relationship with your customer during that time that you're shopping. And that's why you're doing this, right? Not only to make big tips, but also to get those 5-star reviews so that you can continue to see good orders and prevent getting the bad ones. Because the one complaint that I hear a lot is that shoppers do not communicate. This just happened to my wife a couple of weeks ago. She placed an Instacart order while I was out of town, and then the shopper just did not communicate anything. So she had to go through the notifications that Instacart sent. Yeah, so-and-so began shopping, so-and-so is ready to check out. My wife was initiating the contact. It should not have to be that way. It should always be the shopper initiating the contact, because you got to make the customer feel important, because they are paying a premium for this service and you are getting those tips. Again, please like and subscribe to this channel so you don't miss more of my tips for bigger tips and better ratings. I'm Brian, Instacart Bulldog. Until next time, go get 'em!